Hello, right, today I'm just going to try and produce a patch as quickly as possible in the palette case. Now I'm going to try and do it as an all-in-one patch so that everything is in this case. We've got a kick drum, we've got some hats, we've got an oscillator, we've got something to send the oscillator through, and then we've got an effects unit. So the only thing here that you won't see is a clock. Now Pam's is off screen just up here. It's a bit too wide into my other case to take out, but imagine it was here instead of the Dixie. They're both the same size, so this will be a patch all in one. There's no other effects going on outside this patch except maybe a bit of side chaining on the kick from Ableton and some mastering for YouTube. That's it. Everything else is just coming from this case. Okay, let's make a start then. So let's first of all wire up our kick and our hats. Now what I'm going to do is this will be in mono, which will be going to the mimeophone here, but it'll be coming out in stereo on channels 1 and 2 on the mixer. So channel 3 will be the kick, so I'll use C, and channel 4 will be the hats, so I'll use output D here. So let's start with output C, and let's wire up the kick. So let's trigger the kick, and then I've just got a cable here that I'm going to plug in, which will be going out to the mixer. So that's wired. Then let's wire up the hats. So let's send a trigger there. And again, just got off screen, cable going off to the mixer. So just put that there, which will go into channel 4 on the mixer. Okay, let's wire up our clocks next. So we need to clock Steppy. We need to clock mimeophone. And we need to clock Clep Diaz here. I'll also send a reset to Steppy. So this is the clock channel here, Molt, and this is the reset channel. And let's clock Clep, just because it's there and we can, just in case we want to use that. Okay, so I'll start the clock now. So we've just got a basic kick, 4 on the floor, on channel C here, and then channel D, this is our hats pattern, nothing exciting. It's just there to provide background for the ataraxic. So let's wire up our ataraxic now. So we will send the output. Now as ataraxic doesn't have a filter or VCA built in, you need some extra modules here. So Carbon does filter duties and Javelin does envelope VCA. So the output goes from ataraxic into Javelin. Sorry, not on the output, it goes onto the input. The output of Javelin goes to the input of Carbon. And the output of Carbon goes into mimeophone. Still no sound yet because we need to send gate to the envelope. So let's send our gate, like I said, on channel A. That's the sound fully dry. And here we've just got a little bit of delay going on and a bit of reverb. We can actually just filter that sound if we want. Okay, so that's the basic patch. Now I've only got one modulation source in here, which is Clep. Now I love Clep, it's a nice small simple module. You've got 2 modulation outputs here, got a bipolar and a unipolar. And what I'd like to do is I like to have it on random mode and in ascending. So instead of just giving us a stepped straight voltage, it will sort of randomly jump up and then maybe back down and then up again. So you get this nice sort of randomized increasing amount of modulation. So if we now, for example, send the bipolar output to modulate the frequency of our filter, so this is our filter, it will give us an effect like we're going up and down a little bit here, and with a negative offset we'll go more down. So let's put that in. So you can see immediately Clep has a massive effect on the sound output. Let's turn Clep off. Turn it back on. Okay, another thing we can do, if I just mute, let's just mute a couple of these channels. I'll mute the hats and I'll mute the main. So all we've got is the kick now. Now, let's try and modulate the kick all so that we can sort of increase our delay a little bit. So we can get a slightly random output on the, sorry, not the delay, on the decay. So it should give us almost a, maybe a slight bass tone. Right, so we've pretty much got a whole patch there. Anything else that we could do? Could probably use maybe some modulation from here, maybe send some sample and hold and modulate something on mimeophone, maybe modulate something on ataraxics. I want to just keep this nice and short. We're not doing any modulation of ataraxics here, all we're doing is modulating the filter output of carbon, which I think gives this patch plenty, really. Alright, so that's just a very quick demo of a quick patch in 64 HP. And what I'll do is I'll stop the video there, and in the next video I'll go on and do some demo with this patch on mimeophone and just sort of create some effects and see what we can get out of the effects unit, because mimeophone's a great module. Okay, thanks a lot, bye.